Too often lately, when we talk about our teens, it's not good. It's terrifying.
But we cannot forget there are incredible young men and women in our communities who are so much stronger than any negative influence, like the local girl you are about to meet. She's graduating at the top of her class, but what she overcame at home for that accomplishment is the real honor. Sometimes, with each note of a song, you can feel something. Put 3 of those notes together, and they strike a chord so much stronger, so much more powerful. That's not only true with each strum of Miranda Rivera's guitar, it's true of her life.
He cared so much for me and my sister, like he would do anything for us.
If you met Miranda's dad, Leroy, chances are he immediately told you how proud he was of his 2 girls, Miranda being the oldest. And he had many reasons to be, especially this year, Miranda's last one at Cleveland High School in Rio Rancho.
I'm salutatorian, so it's exciting. My cumulative GPA for winning gaining salutatorian is a 4.306, and just this year for my senior year, I have a 4.83.
Quite an accomplishment. And yet, she pushed herself even more, something Miranda's teachers can only admire.
She was already salutatorian last year with her GPA and so on. She took 6 AP classes.
Add to that National Honor Society, being part of a medical club at school, community service. Did we mention she also found time to be in a band?
I can't even believe it sometimes. I'm like, that's my daughter.
Amazing success at school. Not 1, but 3 proud parents. Her mom and stepdad, and, of course, Leroy. But no amount of studying or practicing could prepare Miranda for what was coming.
He started being able to not walk, be able to walk by himself, and he was just confused a lot. And sometimes he, when he was drinking, he would spill it on himself. He couldn't get up to go to the bathroom without me helping him go. So I called the ambulance to take him to the hospital.
Leroy had advanced brain and lung cancer. In a single test result, Miranda went from child to sole caretaker at just 15 years old.
Taking him to his appointments around the house and listening to what the doctors would tell me, I had to get his prescriptions and make sure he took them on time. The shift going from having your dad being so strong and everything to seeing him like that, it was really hard. So.
2 years of appointments, errands, fear. But at the same time, 2 years of challenging classes at school, scholarship and college applications, and not one single moment of settling.
But she never showed any sign of it. Always on time with her assignments, never missed a deadline. She will come and talk to me to improve her writing, and in the meantime, everything else was going on.
As a student, she's very special, obviously, and you could hear that, and she's diligent. But as a person and as a student, her strength, her inner strength to be able to continue forward, it just blows my mind.
I think it was really hard for both of us. But I know that I love him so much, and I would do anything to help him, so.
Miranda helped as much as she could, but it wasn't enough. This past August, just as her senior year began, Leroy passed away. With all the AP courses, the exams, perhaps the most important lesson Miranda learned was from herself.
I think that she has shown to herself to be way more resilient than she thought she would be. And I guess that she finally has a perception of that, of herself. Because, she really needs to know that about herself.
In a couple weeks, Miranda will graduate. She was still working on her salutatorian speech when we met. What would her message be, her impact? Maybe she didn't realize it during our chat, but it sounded like she figured it out.
You can get through anything if you really have the right support system and put your mind to it. It's going to be hard, but it's possible. That's who he was.
Even when you go through all these things in life, you're not alone. No matter what's behind you, you can't stay there, you can't stay in the present, you must move forward just like she's done.
And like she will continue to do, because even with all the high notes and low notes in her life,
I think he would just tell me how proud he is of me and how much he loves me.
They have been part of one beautiful song. And Miranda received a presidential scholarship to UNM. She plans to study emergency medicine there, then head to medical school, and ultimately stay in our state to give back to the community that has supported her through all of that.
It is incredible to know we have young people like this in our community.
Yep, and when you see that, and then you know that she wants to stay here.
Yeah.
You know, it was an emergency doctor who discovered what her dad was going to deal with, and she hopes to make that impact on someone here in New Mexico. So, Miranda, hats off to you.
We salute you, exactly.